Morning. So today we start at the Bordeaux pub in the village of Strelley in Nottinghamshire. A small village with a lot of history. So today's walk, we're going to start obviously at Strelley. It's a circular walk. The walk is about 9 miles. Not much hill walking today. Quite a flat one. So please join me and let's get on the way. Legend has it that the stones were laid by monks who brought a slab on the back of a mule each time they used the path. All the stones may be more recent laid for the use of pack horses transporting coal across the local area. The Church of All Saints dates back to the 13th century. Although rebuilt by Sir Sampson de Strelley 100 years later, who was an original member of the Strelley family, and his body with his wife rests inside the church. The Strelley estate was owned by St Nicholas of Strelley until he lost it through gambling to a lawyer, Ralph Edge, in 1678. The Edge family then continued to pass the ownership through the family until the last member of the Edge family to own the hall was Miss Emily Mary Edge, who died in 1978. Members of the Strelley family do still visit occasionally, mainly by ghostly appearances, including the late Sir Nicholas of Strelley, and some of the serving wenches have been seen at the hall. The hall was converted from a castle to a hall in 1356 for Sir Sampson, and then rebuilt by Thomas Gardiner of Uttoxeter in 1789 to 1793 for Thomas Webb Edge, and is as we see the hall today. Gates to the entrance of Strelley Hall. The masonry dates back to around 1250, which would have been part of the entrance to the castle, although the castle was never used for defensive purposes. Never officially classed as a castle, only a fortified manor house. The buildings today do have a castle room with its walls more than a metre thick. It still has a dungeon which is believed to be haunted, as shown on several television paranormal programmes in the past. Strelley Hall today is used as a business centre and as a wedding venue. The building does have a grand panelled room which has been dated to Jacobean times around the early part of the 1600s. Don't like filming. So what have you been eating? Don't look like there's much to eat around here, is it? Eh? Anyway, I'm doing a bit of filming for YouTube. Do you mind if you're on YouTube? You could be stars, you know. You could be the next sensation. Everybody will be booking you soon. You get all the food you want. So you just have to be a bit aware walking along this trail towards Cossall. It is used by a lot of people. I've only been walking on it about 300 metres, and in that time I've gone past 3 horse riders and 2 bicycles. So if you're interested in following this route, then there is a link in the description. Just scroll down. So we're just approaching Cossall. As you can see, the houses in front. Not sure what this is. It's, well, clamped around this piece of concrete. There is a hole in the concrete and part of the metalwork goes into there. So, any ideas what it is? You know the usual. Answers on the postcard or leave them in the comments. I would be intrigued to know what this one is. So we're just reaching the road from the track. We're going to take a right here, follow the road up the slope, and then we're going to go into Cossall. Have you dumped your gas bottle? Or are you missing a gas bottle? Well, it's here in Nottingham Canal. Or just littering. Of all things to litter, a dump a gas bottle. Although you're on this road for about 400 metres, I would say to keep an eye out because it is quite a busy road. This is Manor Farm. It is on the site of the medieval manor house, which is believed to be built around the late part of the 12th century for Sir William de Morton. After his death, his nephew Roger de Morton took over the land, and shortly afterwards mining started in the nearby fields. This was the first coal mine in Nottinghamshire. The detached buildings were originally formed into a rectangular enclosure and then surrounded by a moat. The moat is now gone, but there are remnants still today of the old moat, as you can see in the picture. This is the church of St Catherine's in Cossall. It was built around the 13th century. It's a very small parish church and on a very sharp corner, as you can see by the damage to the wall. A car has hit it at quite some speed. Just to the right of the flag post is a memorial to the Battle of Waterloo, as 3 of the residents of Cossall fought in the Battle of Waterloo. So in front we have Church Cottage, home of D.H. Lawrence's fiancée, Louise Lowry Burrows, featured in his novel The Rainbow. So these are Willoughby Almshouses. I'm not looking too good at the moment. Looking a little bit sorry for themselves at the moment. The Willoughby Almshouses were erected in 1685, built for 4 poor single men over 60 years of age and 4 poor women over 55. It's a pity for being left to this fate. If you had the money myself, I would buy it, just to look after them. But I also noticed that these probably aren't the house for me, as I'm 6'4" and this doorway is about 5'10". I do have a tendency on walking into rooms that have got low beams and keep banging my head. I'll have a bald patch in no time. Just looking through the window, the almshouses, as you can see, small lounge, fireplace to the right. Looking through, it's probably a small kitchen and then a downstairs bathroom at the back. So it's a pity, but if anybody's got deep pockets and they would like to buy some almshouses, there's some here that's dying for some love and care. The Nottingham Canal was constructed in 1796 to supply Nottingham with coal in competition with the Erewash Canal, which was opened in 1779. The Nottingham Canal was a profitable enterprise for many years, but was eventually abandoned in 1937. Broxtowe Borough Council acquired most of the land in 1977, and the site was declared a local nature reserve in 1993. As everybody should have some, I'm not sure if they're llamas or alpacas. I know they spit. I have been close to them before. I'm not going to get anywhere closer to them today. So we just arrived at the Benelli Viaduct, the junction. So we are going to head that way, but we're just going to take a slight detour. We're going to head round the corner and we'll get to the viewing point of Benelli Viaduct. I'll tell you more there. The Benelli Viaduct is a Grade 2 listed bridge built in 1877 by the Great Northern Railway Company. Over a quarter of a mile long, it is the longest wrought-iron viaduct in the country, known as the Iron Giant, as it stretches over the River Erewash and connects Ilkeston in Derbyshire with Awsworth in Nottinghamshire. The line was very profitable and extensions were built into the heart of the coalfield. A familiar sight of the viaduct was steam locomotives hauling coal wagons from the nearby collieries. The line also meant that Skegness became the local seaside resort, reachable on day trips from Ilkeston. So I believe on this side it is a steep bank which is quite treacherous to get up or down, especially if it's been raining and a bit muddy. So I believe they're going to make it into a public footpath. I have seen people walking across it before. So we're just coming into Awsworth, and on the left we have everybody's favourite furniture store. Well, if you like flat pack furniture from Sweden, so we just left Main Road. Just before the gate in, we turn right, up the steps, and now we're on the Disused railway line, which is part of the Great Northern Railway Company, which would mean that this part of the railway would connect to the Benelli Viaduct. So as we climbed up the muddy field, and we're going to take a right here, and then that'll take us up to the farm. So we've just reached Grasscroft Farm, and as you can see, the cattle is going for it like hell for leather. As we leave Grasscroft Farm, we just look across the landscape. In front of us, just behind the rain cloud that's coming down over there is Radcliffe upon Soar power station. Behind that is Belver Castle, or Beaver Castle, and then beyond that would be Leicestershire, and possibly to the right is Staffordshire. Now we are in Nottinghamshire, and if we swing across a little bit more to the right, this is Derbyshire. And then just in front of us, at the bottom of this lane, is Babbington Hall. It's now a cat and dog rescue centre with kennels and a cattery. But originally, Thomas North used to live there, and he was the owner of Babbington Colliery. He dug the first shaft. His miners did. I presume he didn't do it single-handedly. Ended up being one of the biggest open cast collieries in the area. It joined with Cinderhill Colliery. So we're going towards these farm buildings now, although it doesn't say on the map what the farm's called. Let's call it Swingate Farm, as we're in Swingate. Hello, do you want to be on YouTube? Can you sing a song? What's your talent? We can get on X Factor or something else. How about Britain's Got Talent? We've got a party trick with an eating grass. Some young calves there. Hello. These have got to be the friendliest cows in the world. Watch this, they'll follow me. Okay, they won't then. Okay, and you're not going to follow me? You followed me all the way down there, you don't follow me now? I thought you were going to show me a party trick. Right, I'll be off then. You are one big cow. Or maybe you're not a cow. Oh, you're following me now. A bit late now, I've stopped filming you. You missed it. Right, anyway, I've got to be off. I'm not Dr. Doolittle. I can't talk to you because you won't answer me back unless I go. So fancy a stroke? It's getting a bit squidgy out here. Bit of wet mud. So we're just passing Swingate Mast, which stands at 130 metres tall and is the main television mast for the area and serves the people of Nottingham. So just looking across the fields, you can see right up on the horizon line, you can see heavy woodlands up there. That is part of Robin Hood's hiding place. And if you like to watch my other video, The Trails of Robin Hood and the Lost Knickers, then you can find that in the links. Hopefully you've enjoyed this walk. I've enjoyed making it. So please, hopefully you'll like to join me on the next one. Please subscribe and press the bell for notifications, and that way every time I release a new walk, you'll be first to see it. See, I can talk to the animals. We've got his full attention. We've got a young lamb who he only looks about a week old. The busy M1. Looking down, looking south, as the sign says, and behind me, obviously, is north. There's a robin in there somewhere. You can spot him. It's like, where's Wally? Where's Robin? I don't know if you can see, but near that car, or just before the car, there's 2 rabbits. 3 rabbits actually. Bright eyes burning like fire. Bright eyes burning like fire. I don't know many of the words, obviously. So we're just passing the Holly Tree Farm. When we get to the roundabout, we're going to go straight. And I just noticed this farmhouse carvery for $4.99. I think I might be having my dinner there next week. A great tit in that. There you go, flying around. Anyway, I'm going to continue the back of this path into the woodlands, which is the Stonepit Plantation. Although there's a tree in the way. There's a tree fallen. Tree down, man down, tree down. Well and truly came down right on the gateway into this woodland path. And we come across this, again, a tree that's broken down, but it looks like it's got a branch pointing somewhere. So I'm going to take this branch as an idea and go this way and find a way past the tree back onto the woodland route. So we're walking through the woodlands of Stonepit Plantation, which is a nature reserve now and part of the grounds of Strelley Hall. And looking down through there, there's a big ditch. The reason why it's called Stonepit Plantation is as it was a quarry back in the 12th century. The stone mined from here was sandstone, and a lot of this was used for All Saints Church in Strelley and also St Martin's in Bilborough. Also around this area are some bell pits. So hopefully you've enjoyed me on this walk, and you'd like to join me on the next one. The end point of this walk is just around the corner. So please subscribe, press the bell for notifications, click the like and add a comment. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye hikers.